Hey everyone, welcome to Pop XP. And before the show starts, make sure to click that subscribe button and click the bell to get notifications when we go live and we upload awesome new content. And don't forget, if you can, make sure to share our stream on all your social media outlets. We appreciate it, and thanks for helping us grow the Pop XP channel.
Hello everybody, welcome to Thursday Night Live with Bill Tucci.
Behold his mighty hand.
Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang, Tucci gang.
Just want to manage expectations.
Weird.
This is the worst!
Greetings all. Teen sensation Billy Tucci here. Waiting on Deb. She's doing some business stuff, so I'm sure she'll join us in a wee bit. Thank you all for joining me. The first one's in. Glitch, good to see you. And Bob Nunnery, everybody on Facebook. I'm going to try to move my Facebook live stream over to the Tucci Troopers page. Right now, it has our, for some reason, StreamYard has my Facebook live feed locked, and I'm the only person who could look at it. It drives me up the wall. I don't know why the audience is locked, but it's always bloody locked, so no one can see it. So right now I just unlocked it, and I'm gonna see if I could share it. And I don't know how the heck I can share the gosh darn thing. Let me see if I could share it. Send. I don't know. It's one of them weirdo things. It's WhatsApp. Yeah, it's very strange how the Facebook. But we're streaming live on Twitter and on YouTube. And thank you all for joining me. Today we are going to go through and explore one of my favorite comic issues ever, and believe it or not, one of the lowest run She issues ever, because it's She Way of the Warrior number 5. This is the original edition. I know, Bob. I know. Well, if Deb isn't here, what is the point? I know. I called her. She's downstairs to come on up, and she ignored me. So I don't know why she does these things. It's 7 p.m. at night, but what are you gonna do? This was a book that we're going to talk about, She Way the Warrior number 5 tonight. Came out in April, the end of April, early May, maybe May 1995, 30 years ago. And it's a book that's never been reprinted. And it truly is the comic, as I wrote in the description, in she history that really turned the page and transformed this comic that was this small independent comic, which was considered a hot book, a 50,000 print run, that overnight, like when the book hit, it just exploded. If you guys remember, at the time in 1994, she came out at the end of March of 1994. I put out in 1994, and that year I was able to publish She Way the Warrior number 1, She Way the Warrior number 2, She Way the Warrior number 3, She Way the Warrior number 4, a trade paperback, and a special black and white edition of She number 1 for the San Diego Comic-Con. Great small team we had. It was me, Peter Gutierrez, Barry Orkin, Brian David Marshall, my buddy who I met at Jim Hanley's Universe. He was one of the managers there. And I brought Brian my black and white pages. No, my color pages, actually. The original hand-painted colored pages by Barry Orkin. with the letter overlays on it and stuff of She Number One. And he's like, "This is great. You did this." So he was a big help in ordering She Number One through Jim Hanley's. So then Brian came aboard as our editor-in-chief. My buddy Steve Chung came in too. Steve was working for us, basically helping out with billing and stuff like that. A bunch of all the little things, while I was drawing with Nelson Asensio, who became my art assistant. And Nelson I met him at a comic shop at Louis' Comic Den, and I believe Louis is in this issue. I believe he is the den master, we called him. He's a security guard. And I met Nelson, who became my art assistant, helped me out with backgrounds, inked backgrounds, because we had Michael Baer inking the She figures and stuff. Is just an example. And I'll show you. We'll go through this. This is a really good copy of it too. It didn't even have a backing board when I found it earlier today. It's in great shape. I start taking better care of my stuff. But again, our production values just exploded when this book came out. We hit with a lot of, I had Top Cow coloring, my friend Keith Boski, who became one of my best friends, who was my attorney. He also happened to be Mark Silvestri's attorney. He hooked me up with Mark Silvestri. Mark and I became quick friends. And we decided to plan for the summer of 1995. Let's do a Sideblade She crossover with this character, Sideblade, obviously from Cyberforce. And, from meeting Mark, I met Brian Haberlin, who was running his amazing computer color team, the art team, and they just did incredible work. I mean, I can go through it like this is 1995, and just there's Louis there. So we had Brian Haberlin came in with his amazing art team at Top Cow Colors, and this book just, again, it really turned a page in She history. That it went from a book that, like I said, a lot of people heard about and talked about, and then this was our first 100,000 ordered book, and it just blew out. I mean, we had reorders. I think we had reorders for another 100,000 copies, but we didn't. I never did that stuff. I never reprinted the books. And what we also did was 1 in every 10. It might have been 1 in every 5, but I think it's 1 in every 10 copies. We slipped in the Mark Silvestri variant cover that no one knew about. Sort of a little gift and a thank you to retailers. My chair is slipping. It's fun. This is why Debbie doesn't like this chair. Hang on. Let's see if I get up here. Woo! All right. Let's see if I can stay up here. So it was an amazing time, and it just exploded. Couple of things though too is a couple of smaller distributors, they went out of business and they never paid me. They ended up owing me like $10,000. Thanks a lot. One of them was Friendly Frank's. And I remember like, you owe me like $5,000. And he's like, well, that book was supposed to come out in March and it didn't come out until the end of April or early May. And I'm like, all right. Anyway, but it was a crazy volatile time in comics, and people and books like She and Lady Death. You had Strangers in Paradise. You had Event. Jimmy Palmiotti and Joe Quesada come out with Event comics with Ash exploded onto the scene. You had, of course, Jeff Smith with Bone. A bunch of this really strong independent comics. And I have Brian Blevins here. Let's say hello to Doc. I'm going to bring him Dr. Blevins in 1 second. Let me finish my thought, Dr. B. That we had this amazing synergy between all of us as friends and as creators and as compadres, how we all helped each other out and things like that. And we just had a great time amongst each other, that we were making history, man. We changed the face of comics. And again, going up to this book with She is that we started doing so many different things. I think this is the last She comic with my original logo, the original Crusader that I drew, like on a piece of, Bristol paper. But we started doing fun things with the logo, with the koi that we put in. I think Brian Haberlin did that. And I remember what a really great touch, because the koi fish played a huge part in the issue. And what happens in this issue is that if you read the first 4 issues of She, hang on, let me bring Brian in. Sorry about that. Let me bring him in. Dr. Blevins, what's up?
What up, man?
What are you doing?
I'm at the airport to pick
What?
up my father. Picking up my father for
Excellent.
the airport.
Excellent. When's
Yes,
when's
right.
Dad getting in?
Should be in like 7 minutes, according
Oh, all
to
right. Well,
according to them. But you know, whatever.
well,
It
join
is
me
what
for
it
a
is.
wee bit, brother. I'm talking about
Dude,
She Way the Warrior
dude.
number 5. I don't know if you remember
One
this.
of my favorite things, my favorite topics to talk about.
No, well, this
is She.
it was terrific. It was such a great time. I'm looking at it. So it actually did come out in April, or maybe this book was, but we're advertising She Way the Warrior Way the Warrior number 1 fan appreciation edition. And what we did with that comic was that she number 1 is only 50,000 copies. They blew out. And people wanting a reprint of it. So a year later, I was able to do not a reprint, but we called it a whole new edition, new cover, call it a fan appreciation edition. Dropped the price from $2.50 to $1.95 and inserted posters. And there were 3 posters in that book. One was by Mark Silvestri, who did She. One was by me, and I did Mark's character Cyblade. And one was by Billy Tan, who did Tempest by Mark Silvestri. And that book went bonkers. People went nuts for it, and they were appreciative. I think the retailers that we actually dropped the price. And again, we did a secret secret variant cover. Yeah, which we called a virgin cover, which we had known, and now people do virgin covers all the time. But we called it a virgin cover. Yeah, right. Forgive me, I was sick. I'm just getting over a cold, and I think I got rid of it. But so as I was saying, this was my favorite issue. This probably is my favorite issue of She ever, because of just what happened during the course of that issue. As I wrote about it, the whole team was firing on all cylinders. We completely focused on the book, and I'm so proud of these 24 pages of story and art that it just, man, it just, again, I just loved every aspect of it. You know, I thought we brought a lot of cool characterization. I'm going to show the pages, guys. I'll show our pages. I found our original digital pages of the book. Yeah, and little Easter eggs are in here, stuff like this. This shot of She right here, that one right there of Anna, that is her. That's taken off of. That was inspired by Audrey Hepburn when she was waiting for the announcement for for her Oscar award for Roman Holiday in like 1956.
Yeah, I always saw that cover like as one of those television commercials that are come flying out of the water, and her face is all white, and they're like, look at her makeup. It's like maybe she was born with it. It's like, no, maybe it's Maybelline.
Oh dang! All right, come on, man. This chair is terrible.
It didn't run, man. It didn't run.
This chair is terrible.
Her makeup didn't run.
You know, I keep falling back. I'm trying to raise myself in this chair, and it just keeps falling down. Anyway, so I'm going to show some of the pages, some of the covers. We have this campaign live right now. We're doing very, very limited editions of it, of a reprint of it, of a 30th anniversary special edition. Let's go and check that out. It's on my store. It's on BillyTucci.com. What'd I do? Hang on. Missed the button. It's if you guys go to www.billytucci.com, we have several issues, just 4 variations of the book. So what we have here is we have the Billy Tucci edition, which is there's only 75 of them. All these books come signed and numbered. Only 75 copies of the Billy Tucci edition. Then we have these the Warrior print set, which is weird why that's next like that, but oh well. The Warrior print set, which is $40 for again. Limited 11x17 print on what do we call it? What is it? So Howard linen paper. It's a nice thick linen paper. Of course, they have Mark Silvestri's amazing variant cover. I just love this cover. Just look at it, man. It's badass. Recolored by Wes Hartman. It's there's only we've already sold 10 of them, so there's only 75 of these in Mark's book. And then of course what I'm really digging is the Aquafoil edition. So
Nice.
this a really cool edition. There's only 18 of these left. I think there's only 30 of those was the Aquafoil. Through our buddy does them out here on Long Island. None of these things are cheap, but I just think it's a cool bragging type of a book. And our premiere edition, of course, is going to be the black metal edition. Mark Silvestri's cover with a beautiful black ceramic metal. It's gorgeous. 5 in stock. So I think we only had 15. So we only had 15 of them. 10 are already gone. Just, man, when this came in, when Mark did it, I didn't see the black and white. I just saw the cover when Brian Haberlin sent it to me, and it just blew me away. And I'm like, that is just, it looked like a movie poster to me, you know? So that's what we have here. We're doing these special editions of this book. And hey, we got some friends in here. Brian, you have Joe Bernardo, who you have yet to meet in person, but he says hello. He says aloha.
Hey, all right.
And
Hello.
says he will also see me. Yes, definitely, brother. We'll see you at Heroes Con, hopefully at Andy Smith's Manse for Thursday evening soiree. Got our plane tickets, so we'll be coming in Thursday morning, set up the con, and then we'll head over to the Smith Manse, as I like to say. Hey, Sal Rivas, good to see you, brother. James Sanchez, my brother, cabron. What's up, bro?
Hello, my bro. Hello, my bro.
He's bad. He's a Mexican assassin. So these are our.
Hey, Billy, I gotta go.
All right, Hammer. I'll talk to you later.
I'm sorry. I tried to come on as long as I could. I didn't know how long it was.
All right, buddy.
This flight might have been delayed a little bit or something, but
Talk
I wanted
to
to
you later,
come in and
pal.
take congratulations. It's gonna be such a great Kickstarter. Like, man, I'm so happy for you. Yeah, we'll talk later. Peace.
Bye-bye. It's not a Kickstarter, but that's okay. So, so this is the book that we have. Again, it's very limited. This is our most limited of our special editions. We're doing cool things for 30th anniversary, for our 25th anniversary. What I just realized with that, this is the 25th anniversary of She's Daredevil. So maybe that's something we might do a special 25th anniversary edition for Heroes Con. I was thinking about doing, or maybe San Diego. Probably Heroes Con. I think that would be a nice, fun book. Again, what Debbie and I are trying to do is to people ask us for these books all the time, and I don't have any of them left. None. I have my own private, my own private collection. In the vault, if you will. Mine are in short boxes and long boxes, actually in the room back there, which was the kids' playroom. Then at the office, we have some of our special editions. But what I think is cool is that something like this, it's really more for me, believe it or not, because it brings me back down. It takes me down a trip down memory lane of a time in my life that was so special and so astonishing that here I was a year before this book came out. I was 6 months behind in my rent. My landlord, God bless him, Albert Chang, really believed in me. I lived in Queens, New York. He was just so generous to me and literally told me that he believed in me. And of course, when that book came out, I was able to do it, to pay him in full. Someone asked a question. Where is that? Kyle, when's the She Omnibus? Excuse me, the She Omnibus is available. All right, I'm going to go to our store again. Let me go to our store and show you our store. So what we do is my sister-in-law, Diane, again, we do everything family here. So my sister-in-law, Diane, runs our website. She's our web mistress, and she's great. And she's in the middle of organizing it right now. We thought we were going to have it done tonight, or she was going to be able to have it done, but she didn't get it done. So it's a little bit crazy because we still have some of our older issues and stuff, but these will all be broken down. And Debbie has it, and she could show you the image of really nice tabs. You have books. You'll have original art. You'll have prints. We'll have omnibuses, sort of things like that. Campaigns. So you can go to a button to campaigns of ours. But we do have. I know we'll go back to the New York Comic Con exclusives. But we do, and San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, a lot of stuff is gone, sold out. But I know we do have, if you go to www.billytucci.com, you will find our omnibuses, because I know we have omnibuses available. Again, forgive me, I have to scroll through all this. Again, this will be all organized by the weekend. But here you go. So we have our Shi omnibus. If I can click on that. That's weird. Shop more items. This is the same stuff. Where's our omnibuses? Again, we're in the middle of redoing the page. So, is the omnibus not here? Okay, let's click on that. Shop more items. Yep, I guess not. So, oh well. The omnibuses will be there tomorrow. It's on page 3. Thank you, Bob. Let's go to page 3. I didn't even know we had a page 3. Yeah, so you have to really scroll down right now if you want to do it. Oh, we do have pages here. See, when you think I would know this stuff. Page 3. Halloween. All right, well. Yeah, we got a lot of really cool stuff. We still have some of them Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle books, because only for San Diego Comic-Con, I think only 10 of them made it to the con. It was Diamond gave them to us, actually. There's an omnibus. So here's a Senryaku omnibus edition. Here's our omnibus edition. So it is there. It's on page 3. Thank you, Bob. 500 pages. Super cool. We got 20 left. And it's 500 pages. The first 16 issues of Shi. And it's there for the taking if you'd like it. So anyway, I keep sinking down. I'm going to change this chair. I don't know if Debbie's going to join me. She better. And when she does, we'll add her to it. Here we go. That's much better. This is my art. This is the table I draw. This is the chair I draw from. And I wanted to give it to her. I have to do some work there and screw that sucker in. Thank you, Bob. Totally appreciate it. Michael Odin, let's see what you had to say, buddy. Hey, everyone. I just wanted to drop by and say hi. Also to thank Billy for always being so encouraging. Stop it. As an indie creator, it can be a lot. It can be a lot coming up. And Billy has had me on several shows and been supportive. Thanks so much, man. Looking forward to the Shi omnibus. Michael, thank you, my friend. Again, we're all an amazing community. If you saw recently, sadly, the passing last weekend of my friend Peter David, that he and his wife Kathleen, his daughter Caroline, I don't know his other children, but they've always been wonderful to me. They've been, lunches with Peter David. And funny things, I met Peter David at comic conventions and stuff like that. But we shared the same P.O. box, office, the same post office for the P.O. box. He lives in the next town over, but he uses Bayport, I guess, because we're a small town. So he uses his P.O. box is like few away from mine. And we're getting our mail, and we see each other, and, went to a bunch of lunches together. They've been so generous to me. They've taken me home from airports because, we live so close together. Also, he would always have this fantastic party, like a barbecue, fried chicken barbecue, and have all these sci-fi stars and things like that there. And he would invite me every year at Dragon Con. Every year I went, that he was always very accommodating, very generous with his time, with his advice. And, here was a man that, worked for a company and created characters or enhanced characters or made characters, pop culture icons, and made this corporation billions of dollars. And sad thing is that, at the end, he was suffering. He had some health problems. He had some problems with his self-insurance and all. And again, here's someone who's the characters, the storylines that he's created, again, made billions of dollars for this corporation. And in his darkest hour, when he needed them most, they literally ignored him. And then they sent this message that we're like, oh, the Marvel family mourns the death of Peter. Well, where were you for Peter a month ago? Where were you 2 months ago? Where were you 5 years ago when he had his first stroke? So it's just frustrating. And, that said, for any advice out there for you guys, if anyone out there, if thinking about getting a job in comics, making comics a career, make your own books, create your own IP. It could explode. Even if it doesn't, you'll always have something that's yours. You'll always have, your slice of heaven, if you will. You will have your immortality. If you look here, I've got things here. We've made statues. If you look back there, there are, we have action figures and books and omnibuses and hardcover editions and collectible editions and all these cool things. Hey, honey.
Hi.
Come on in.
Ew, folks.
Maybe you'd be better off on this chair than me. I know, because it keeps weighing me down and I shrink real small.
Which chair?
This one.
That's the one that I spin around.
You can spin it. I'll hold this. You're going to spin around. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
There you go. Yeah, see, you're a lot lighter than me. Whoop, it's okay. There she goes. There she goes. Let's move you over here. My studio's a mess. I got to clean it when I'm done with this book. Huh? Get closer. Hang on, let me move over here.
There I go again.
There she goes. She's spinning around.
Stop myself. Because I have no leverage.
How's that? Me and you. Look at that.
Just
We're like on horses right now.
spin the Debbie. Yes, Bobby. He's spinning me.
Spin the
Hello, James. Hey, Miss Dip. McKitty, hello. How are you?
I was burning one of Amanda's candles. The last of my saddlewood. Oh, I still got a little left. I love this one. Oh, it smells so good. Thank you, Miss Stip, for making us candles and giving them to us.
The best.
Just wonderful. So
Aloha.
So I'm talking about that, this month.
Out of focus, or is it just me because I don't have my glasses on?
No, it's not. It's good. You're good.
I don't know. Okay. Well, whatever.
Yeah, because we're on different
I'm
planes,
lying.
so you're a little out of focus. You look good. Look cute. There you go.
Okay.
I could even touch up our appearance and make us a lot younger. Watch this.
You two make me laugh so hard. Really, I'm not laughing.
Watch, touch up my appearance. Look, I can go all the way, and now we're supposed to be younger.
I don't look any younger.
I know, me neither. I don't know. Anyway, so
That's not rubbed in.
talking about our website, honey, that Diane is redesigned, and it looks incredible.
Yes, we've seen the beginnings of what it will look like, and we're very excited.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
It definitely needed a little brush up, I guess.
And it's not quite there yet, but hopefully by the weekend it should be, right? I mean, she's almost
more than likely by Monday. The new store will launch. Yeah.
Awesome. So again, someone was asking before about the omnibus. The omnibus is there. It's on page 3. But as of
the omnibus,
the weekend,
we were having. Hello, Nympha, honey. How are you? Hello, Marcus. We were having a little trouble with it yesterday. So if anybody is trying to grab it and can't, for whatever reason, let me know and we'll work it out.
just the omnibus or the other book?
Just the omnibus.
What was up with the shipping? Was something wrong with shipping?
Every now and then there's I was speaking to somebody about this today. There apparently is a problem with the way PayPal and the website are communicating. And we're trying to figure out exactly what the dilemma is, but every now and then it overcharges. It appears, and I don't know if this is for sure or not, but it appears that on certain multiple orders, not everyone, but orders where there's multiple items in the order, they seem to either charge an extra shipping charge. It ends up, I don't know, about $10 that we end up owing you. I did find 3 of them today, and I issued refunds for those people. If you feel like you're one of those people that were overbilled $10 in your shipping, please let me know, and I will be sure to return it to you.
Yes, and we will definitely refund your money if there's a problem with it. Books seem to be doing really well. There's only if I went to the Silvestri one, there's only 3 left. Wait a minute, I gotta check I keep adding stuff to my
well, that could be why.
Yeah, let me get rid of that view cart. Let me see if I did that. No, I gotta delete it. So
empty your cart, please.
Where does it say that?
We had this problem, remember, where
Yeah, I keep adding things to my cart.
don't add anything to your cart. No cart addings.
There you go. Update cart. Nothing. Sorry, guys.
Nothing in your cart.
Nothing in my cart.
Your cart. should
So
be
something.
empty.
So it's just I love this issue. There's only 3 left. There's only 15 of them.
There's only 15?
15, and there's only 3 left of it. So if you guys want it, because once it's gone, they're gone. I was talking about the time when we were doing this book and just how everything started to come together for us with Crusade. I know you weren't there, but
why wasn't I there? Say it. Say it.
You could say it.
In front of all those people. Say it. Why I wasn't there?
They don't want to hear that.
Oh, I think they do.
No, they don't. Debbie and I had broken up for a while.
No. Say it the right way.
I had broken up with Debbie.
Thank you. That's why.
We had a fight.
We did not have a fight.
It was stupid. We got back together a few years later, and we've been inseparable ever since.
That part's true.
So it was my
But
fault.
you can't ask me about any of this stuff because
Yeah.
I wasn't around for it.
No, she wasn't. But you were around for this, which the She Daredevil book.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were, honey. This is you posing for it. Look, took a picture of you on your bed, right here.
Sure.
Yes, definitely.
Sure.
Yeah. Where are you? There's a picture of her on the bed. It's you. So I
Are
posed
you
you.
sure it wasn't an old picture?
No, it's
that
not
you
an old
used from
picture.
the
It's a new
previous-
picture. It's a new picture. See, that's you. Right there.
Doesn't look like me.
Well, you're supposed to be like, not supposed to look like you. Anyway, this summer is the 25th anniversary of She Daredevil. I think we should do a special just like this, super limited edition, 25th anniversary.
Do we need permission to do that?
Why? It's my book. Marvel could do what they want with theirs, and I could do what I want with theirs.
Okay, sure.
Reprint She Daredevil 25th anniversary special edition for Heroes Con. We'll make it a Heroes Con exclusive, and of course we'll add a little bit.
No, we have other plans for Heroes.
What do we have for
so
Heroes?
This can be just a Tucci Troopers exclusive.
You want to do the manga She for Heroes?
You finished the cover.
I didn't finish the
already.
cover. That cover we're not using. That cover stinks.
We
Oh,
are using
we
it,
got a
but
super
it's
chat.
just-
Hello.
The
Sons of
cover's
Liberty
beautiful.
Radio. What's up? Thank you for the $5 super chat. Billy, your Sergeant Rock series was amazing. God bless. Your reverence
Agreed.
for the soldiers of World War II is clear. You should do
Agreed.
a Billy Tucci war comic, your own IP. Thank you, brother. I have an idea.
His wife has been telling him that.
Yeah.
Pretty much since by the.
Well, I
since
have
we
company.
started.
I have Company Z, which is a book that
That's
I'm
not what
super proud of, which is a story I
Not
love and I
a
want to
war
make it my
comic.
first film.
That's a zombie comic.
Well, it's World War II reenactors. It pays homage to all World War II heroes and
So,
stuff.
all you folks out there, I had proposed to Billy since he has.
And you thought I proposed to her. See, she
many
proposed
sug-
to me.
Okay, don't get
No, you didn't.
funny.
Funny, Daddy.
I had suggested to Billy that he come up with a war or soldier character because he's got all these fantastic ideas that he originally had for Sergeant Rock.
And all these wonderful guns and toys.
Yeah, well, he's got those too. But anyway, that without going into detail, didn't go anywhere. And as Son of Liberty Radio pointed out, Billy's passion for the soldier is very clear, and anything that Billy is passionate about, he seems to be able to execute enough or well enough in some form of excellence that people want it. So anybody else out there who thinks maybe my idea has merit, hey,
Yeah.
let us know.
I just
Up on the chat.
yeah, ladies and gentlemen, direct from, let's just say, Long Island, New York, by way
Where we
of
are.
Dallas, Texas, by way of Pittsburgh, PA, Pittsburgh Penn, as we like to say, the immortal writer of She Gatecrasher, Mr. JC Tex Vaughn.
Good evening, Deborah. Good evening, Billy.
Dude, is
How
that
are
a
you?
USFL hat?
It is. I just got it.
When did you get
I'm
that?
a big, I got it from the UFL store.
That's awesome.
The USFL is a conference within the UFL now.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't
And-
know it was
yeah.
with it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
they basically the two spring leagues merged, the XFL and the USFL, and now those are the names of the conferences within the UFL, the United Football League.
That is great.
And so
Love
the
it.
Birmingham Stallions are the team that I root for. And they won the first two USFL championships, the revived USFL, not the original. And then they won the first UFL championship last year, as well as the conference championships. The conference championships are next weekend, and then the championship is the week after that. And I'm thinking Birmingham's going to pull it out. Skip Holtz, who's Lou Holtz's son, is the coach.
Oh, okay.
And one of the great stories, I love great sports stories, and one of them is their present starting quarterback is like I swear it's like their fifth or sixth starting quarterback this season because of the injuries. And this guy, the week before, was managing a Dunkin' Donuts, but he had played for Holtz in college, and he runs the same scheme. And so he came in and wins the game.
That's fantastic.
Great freaking story.
Hey, just real quick, Jeff. Tippy Tail McKitty, thank you. Has any word on offering a pre-order She Zippo? So I showed this She Zippo. This is our Senryaku She Zippo that we made 25
Many
years ago.
yeah.
And then the other She one is up there.
The She #1
Yeah.
cover.
And I have the fuel, but there's no fuel.
Oh man, if you made
Could we
one,
make that for San Diego? Could we make a 30th anniversary She Zippo liner? We'd have to see how much it costs.
Think about this, Billy. Think about one with the image of She and Ran on it.
Yeah.
That might be tough because that image,
Too small?
yeah, would reproduce itty bitty tiny.
Yeah.
'Cause
Okay.
look
Good
at
point.
that. Look
Good
at how
point.
small that one is. So I mean,
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
um,
Mickey says hi. Remember Mickey from San Diego? Hello,
I
Mickey.
do. Thank you, sweetie. I don't know. We'd have to pick a new image. I mean, we
Ken
could do a
Murphy
Ran.
likes- Now, this is, we could do Ran.
We could do Ran, or we can just go through and look at some of the more recent.
I'd love to do a Ran
I'm
with
sure
the,
there's an. Actually, I'm thinking of an image right now from Return of the Warrior that we could put on it
where are you going?
to get a Return of the Warrior.
Okay. Ken Murphy is interested in Victoria Cross.
You should do the I like Victoria Cross.
I love Victoria Cross.
Everybody loves Victoria Cross.
I love Victoria Cross. I'd love to do Victoria.
Billy needs to get excited about a storyline for Victoria.
I have a storyline. I have the entire storyline is done for Victoria Cross. That would be the easiest of the new books we do.
So, you know what I'm not going to.
What are you looking for?
You know what I'm looking for.
A Way of the Warrior #1?
A Return of the Warrior #1.
Oh, I don't know. They're there somewhere.
Of course.
Anyway, Jeff, so we are looking at, Jeff, I'm going back to this month is the 30th anniversary of She Way of the Warrior #5. And that
what this you said this month?
This month, May.
Holy crow. So that
Yeah.
came out. So that was the first issue that came out after I started at Gemstone.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I started in April.
Wow.
This is ridiculous.
Trying to share my pages
This is why I
here.
go
What
to
are
the
you
office.
doing? What is she doing?
Sit in this chair.
Jeff,
I'm
she
too
keeps
small for it.
spinning around, Jeff.
Hold that.
Well, listen, to be fair, Billy, if I was married to you, I'd keep spinning around too.
Thank
Oh,
you.
he does make me
Thank
dizzy.
you.
Okay.
Anyway, so this book, let's shrink it a little bit here. There we go. Yeah, this book, this is a Versace design, well, inspired by a Versace design. But this is the book that, Jeff, was the first time we had, Top Cow coloring. I was working with Brian Haberlin and Mark Silvestri.
Yeah, and it really, I hate cliches so much, but it did take it to the next level.
It did. It so did. I mean, just all these little cool things that, that our previous, Barry Orkin did hand painted the first two issues.
Well, but let's face it, your success by that point was enabling you to take a little more time and think of things and get critical about that kind of stuff in a way that when you're struggling on the way up, you don't necessarily always get to do.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And it just wasn't cost effective. I mean, Barry would spend months and months and months of, painting these beautiful.
Oh, the other that you bring up a really good point, Billy, because at that time, it was the real growth of computer coloring.
Yes.
I mean, this was not a thing before. I mean, the first time, we saw Steve Oliff and Oli Optics doing it on the Epic version of Akira.
Was it yes.
And
then the Malibu books, right? Weren't the Malibu books?
Malibu books were computer, but only a handful of their guys were this kind of good.
Yeah.
The Image Studios, because they were making so much money, could afford to pay for the top guys.
Yeah.
Which is how you get somebody like Brian Haberlin, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, seriously, look at her face, the close-up you're on right there.
Yeah.
And the tears,
stuff.
The fact that you've got slightly different consistency on the tear as it goes down her cheek. Come on, that's amazing.
Yeah, with a color hold, right?
Yeah.
With a color hold, yeah. We couldn't have done. We wouldn't have known how to do that. I think Brian.
No.
What did you do? And the thing is that these word balloons, though, still are on are acetate. They're on acetate, an acetate overlay, and I still printed these out on my Mac in whiz bang font, and then I would cut them out on paper with they had this kind of paper that was a sticky paper, or you could apply it to paper. It's just printed on computer paper. And I would sit there with an X-Acto knife and cut it out with I draw it with, circle templates for the round and oval templates for the, for the regular balloons. And me and Nelson Asensio would just be cutting these out and pasting them down. So you still did, it's a bridge issue. We're still doing things sort of the old.
Yeah. I mean, you realize that this entire series is you finding ways to do things better.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's amazing. The fact that you kept to your story, but still tried to figure ways to do that out.
Can you pull me in?
Yes, I'm going to pull you in, honey. Come on in.
This is ridiculous.
Sorry, Jeff.
I got to say, just looking at the small picture of you guys, I really look like we shouldn't be watching.
But anywho, let's find some other pages. Fun stuff.
No, go back to the one you were just on. I want to talk about this. Oh, this is a good one too. Can you pull that up so we can see the whole page?
Sure. Oh, this is when she transforms.
Yeah.
Demon comes through. Yeah.
Right. And the thing is that your Japanese influence in this is just killer. And this is where, when we've been talking about the subtleties and the difference between, who we now call Ran and Anna as we got to know her, is your deep dive into the Japanese history and culture. Man, this page, you've got the lanterns, you've got the koi pond, you've got the transformation of her hand as she's looking at it.
Yeah.
You know, this is freaking incredible, man.
Just fun stuff, and that's actually my hand. and I girled me up a wee bit, if you will.
Yeah, I really wish you'd never
Picked
told
me
me
up,
that.
if you will. I don't know. You know, that's me. And you can see why, because I'm left-handed. So whenever I draw hands, they're right hands because I'm left-handed.
That's great.
So that's me. And then just got a lot of fun with this, you know. And look at these Michael Bear, incredible Michael Bear inks with Nelson Laurencio inking the background. And then just Brian breaking the panel here, you know, breaking the border.
Yeah.
With that to bring that into the reality. This is what we were all so brilliant at the time that we go from a paneled page, you know, a bordered page to a borderless, you know, splash. Which then,
but the thing that I love about it is where you're doing the what would you call the edges of that? The torn paper kind of.
Yeah, it's a worm-eaten paper effect.
Yeah. So you take
work.
that and you're effectively making that the panel borders.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, it's like one of the great things about this era of comics. It was also one of the bad things about that era, which was our ability to do splash pages and full bleed and all this stuff that didn't exist generation before gets out there. But a lot of people use this as an excuse to do pages that were going to sell for more money instead of doing better storytelling. And in this case, and if you look at this, in this case, you, with the help of Brian and Mike Bear and everything like that, you're doing both. You know, listen, look at the impression that this creates and the green mist coming through and all that. And yet you've got this dominating background image and then in the foreground, and somehow they balance. It's just really extremely cool.
Yeah, I mean, even things like I did color. I like colored this with markers or colored pencils to kind of give Brian a guide. But even little things like this, like look at the water dripping with the color holds and the little sparkles, like that's
yeah.
And I'm like, wow, you know, you just knew.
Yeah, let me ask you about that because you know you and I were pretty soon after this we're talking regularly.
Yeah,
but at this point, just a little bit. So. For you as a creator who was still really excited that all this was happening, what did that feel like when you got pages like this in?
Oh, yeah, it was just, as I was saying earlier, we just felt like we were firing on all cylinders. It was so much work. There was so much resistance that I had received initially when I was trying to get the book done. But there was also so many people that believed in me, present company included. And at this point, though, we would just completely focus. Was this book, like I had said, Debbie and I had broken up. Sorry. And we were on a break.
No, we hadn't broken.
Right. Okay. I had broken up with Debbie. Sorry.
You?
And I,
Debbie,
but I
hang on a second,
myself into this.
Hang on a second. Debbie, do you ever notice that your significant other in that situation always translates that to we?
Constantly. It's so annoying.
Happened on our
and
end.
Marcus Killigrew.
Like I wanted to also.
Marcus Killigrew. Hey, JC, love Captain Action and Al Capone.
I saw that, and I greatly appreciate the feedback. You know, we did a Fund My Comic catch-up campaign, and the Frames sent me back some of their crowdfunded versions of the early Capone issues. So I think we're going to do one on Kickstarter too.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
We are actually working on or I should say I am working on our first Fund My Comic.
Yes.
Excellent. Billy, I don't know if you saw that Jerry Rasco has a.
Yep, I'm about to post that right now. Jerry, the great Jerry Rasco, thank you for your $10 Canadian, eh? Hello, Billy, Deb, JC, and JC. I love your World War II work, Billy. But in my humble opinion, an homage to our Vietnam veterans from you would be incredible and would bring great attention to that gen of soldiers who sacrificed so much. Agreed. We had Memorial Day here in the United States this past Monday. And in our post, like my American Legion posts, all our World War II veterans and Korean War veterans are gone. And now the Vietnam veterans are like the elder statesmen, the senior members. And true, I'd love to tell their story. There's a couple of great comics. One in particular that is very respectful to Vietnam, but it's a lot of it's also really cool. Is called 68, and it's basically a zombie infestation during the Tet Offensive, and it's phenomenal. It's a great book. But I agree, Jerry. I would love to tell a story. We're gonna have Debbie and I, along with JC, if you'll come, a round table. We're gonna reach out to you guys and have a StreamYard link. We're going to send you a StreamYard and have a meeting because we're trying to figure out the direction. Now that things are going so well for us, the direction of where we go with She and with Crusade Comics. I'd like to introduce a new character, but like you said, Victoria Cross. We have that other new character that we can't talk about. That
No, we have to do the other new character.
You think so?
We know so.
Okay.
Deb. Just so you know, I'm 100% in agreement. The one stipulation would be it cannot be done on the fly. It has to be.
Yeah.
No, 1,000%.
Yeah.
But it's got to get done.
Yes. And we'll get it done for sure.
Because there are other things happening in comics world that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So there's no discussion on that.
There is no discussion. Then after that.
However, back to his roundtable discussion. I don't know if you mentioned this already, but anybody out there who hasn't already, please sign up for our Tucci Troopers direct messaging conversation. I believe Billy posted a link for that earlier today.
Yeah, it's a group chat.
Yes, if you're here, then you should be there.
Yep.
And we will be using that group chat as a focus group, as if we're stuck on something and we want people to vote between two options, that's where it's going to happen. So please sign up for that. And if I can briefly circle back to the Zippo idea. First question is the book that we are currently celebrating right now, She number 5. That would make, especially the new updated colors, would make a beautiful Zippo. Let me know if you like that idea.
I agree.
And then if not that one, we have 2 versions of this artwork, daytime and nighttime. I happen to like the daytime a little bit better for the Zippo because there's a little more
that would be a great Zippo.
But this would make a beautiful Zippo. I also think this would make a beautiful Zippo.
Ooh.
I wonder if that's the it.
And thirdly, I think I might be able to cut around this image to make a Zippo. So, of the 3 images that I've shown you, let me know which one you like best for a Zippo. Talking to you, Miss McKitty.
I think you got several really good choices there. All of which could find their way there eventually.
Yes. And I also want to do, we could probably even add it on to this campaign or this celebration. Who loved the silver bars? And if anybody would like to see
I have a silver
a
bar.
She number 5 on a silver bar.
Here's a silver bar
We
right here.
did them
We
for
did that
San
with this.
Diego last year. I absolutely adore them. They're really pretty. They really take the color very, very well. The images very well. I love how the back looks also, that you have your number on the back and what it's celebrating. So if anybody out there would like to see more of that, please let me know.
Please let us know.
We have one actually currently being
manufactured, designed,
manufactured, campaigned for in Gatecrasher.
Oh, it's on the campaign.
We do have a Gatecrasher.
Yes, so we will hit that
silver bar. That will probably go into work later on next week.
Yeah, I think so. We're almost done. I got 3 pages left to draw.
We've had 4 pages left to do for the last 3 weeks.
That's not, we've been traveling a lot for the last. No, it has been 4 pages. Like 6 pages. I did another 2 pages last week.
He's lying.
Anyway, another $5 super chat from Z Comics. Thank you.
Thank you, Z Comics.
Thank you for picking up the She number
Very
5.
kind. Thank you.
Thanks for all the great work you do,
We
Bill
appreciate
J.
your support.
Number 10, backer number 10. Thank you, buddy.
Bill,
You got
you're
number
awesome.
10. Thank you so much, Z.
He's always number 10. He
He's
knows
always
that
number
I
10.
know
Oh, he
that.
gets number
Yes.
10. Oh, okay.
We have some standards, and everybody, I for the most part.
Can I talk about this She number 5 from the fan perspective?
Sure. Yeah.
Because I was newly a professional, newly a full-time professional, and like I said, this was the first one that came out after I was at Gemstone, and you'd been in this groove. It was clearly building to something, but this was like a seismic shift, and it really does come down to Brian and the Top Cow team on colors, and it doesn't hurt to start with that great cover, but it's really just something else. Like, you knew things were about to get crazy when you got this, because it had been riveting up to that point, but then all of a sudden it was like, you can't miss this, and that's what it was like. That's what it was like. That's what it was like to walk into the store. In those days, my first comic shop in Maryland was Alternate Worlds, and it was really cool. You walk in there and it's like, wow.
Yeah, it was Jeff. It was such an amazing time. It really was. It was so. And again, I was shocked. I remembered San Diego, that the crowds, because that's when it first hit us at that. San Diego was bigger than 94.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, and we talked then. Unless it was 96, I saw you in the first, before the show started. Walking
No, because Overstreet's fan number 3, our convention cover, was
95.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was 95. Okay.
Yeah.
Big things are happening with Rand. So here, thank you, Roy. Good to see you, buddy. Billy, what was that green mist, and could it be turned into a dimensional rift so Rand can come into the She universe or another character? I didn't even think about that. We have lots of but I'm wondering with this green mist to bring it back, to tie it into that with an Easter egg for She number 5. We are planning things like that with Rand. Having a lot of fun developing. I'm writing the treatment right now for Rand, which we will launch next month as a very fast crowdfunded campaign. It's going to be a 48-page graphic novel, or graphic novella, as we like to say. And stay tuned for that. I've got our variant cover artists already working on covers. I haven't started mine yet. I got to finish this last bit of the book. But please stay tuned for Rand, Revenge of the Warrior. We're going to do that. And that's going to be everything. It's going to be super 90s. It's going to be everything I've always wanted to do with She, but never did. And it's actually right now I'm playing with actually setting it, Jeff, in 1994 or 93.
Well, it has to be.
It came out before She.
It has to be.
So it's going to be all timed with that. I'm playing with motorcycle ideas because I have her being a part of this motorcycle gang.
If you recall, in Year of the Dragon, she was in Anna was in a motorcycle gang.
I love those jackets.
Back to Miss Stip.
Oh, Miss Stip,
do they do pearl Zippos? Am I just learning about this?
I don't know. I can check real quick. Let me see. Pearl Zippo. Let's see.
Because the She number 5 was on a pearl
Zippo lighter. Let's see what this says.
Stunning.
It's a rare mother of pearl. I don't know if you can order one.
No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like they're all custom jobs.
Yeah, they might pearls.
Got me all excited.
Yeah, maybe there's different things that they do to the Zippo. Maybe I think it's all just that stainless. I don't know. We'll look into it for sure. We'll definitely look into it.
That would be a fantastic idea if it's available.
What a lot of people also about. Yeah, again.
Have we talked about the ultra rare special 30th anniversary edition of the Senryaku of Shi
No.
Senryaku
Oh,
that
you want to tell
we're
everybody?
working
Yeah,
on.
yeah, sure. Yeah, tell.
So there will not be many of them, but we are going to do a bamboo edition of the Senryaku Omnibus celebrating its 30th anniversary. It is 30, right?
It's 30. Yes, Senryaku is the 30th anniversary
30th
of Senryaku.
anniversary, which I can't wait.
Oh, you're not gonna tell them what cover it's gonna be?
You tell them what cover it's going to be.
We're gonna have it. It's gonna be a Jim Lee cover. From Jim Lee's Senryaku piece is going to be the bamboo cover. So we're going to have literally a bamboo wooden cover for the Shi Senryaku Omnibus edition.
And you do mean literally, not figuratively.
No, I mean literally. Yeah, I do mean literally. This time.
Literally.
Yeah. Another cool thing about Shi Wei the Warrior #5, which I completely forgot to let everybody know about, it's also the first appearance of Tomoe.
Indeed, it is.
There she is. You know, I am grateful for your timely arrival. I've prepared the necessary list of contacts in the morning we can. No Yakuza. We begin tonight. And look what I wrote. Oh boy.
Some things never change.
Some things never. Well, you know, like you know, of course the show we all love, Quantum Leap. Oh boy. So anyway. So
you know, can I throw in a quantum leap anecdote?
Yeah.
You know, a little bit after the period this came out in, so probably year and a half, maybe a little bit more later, Acclaim had bought Valiant, and they had the license for Sliders. And I'd done several pitches for them. I love the pilot of Sliders, one of the great pilots ever. And they came and said, would you like to pitch for a Sliders Quantum Leap crossover? And I did a pitch that was 10 years ahead of my writing at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was really good. But I made this promise to myself that I was not going to just use catchphrases. They were going to have to fit. And it was a two-issue miniseries. And at the end of the first issue, the only line that would fit was "Oh boy." And I wasn't trying to do it. It just was perfect. And of course, it turned out they didn't have the rights to do Quantum Leap.
Oh, oh boy.
But that was like a big step for me, because I was getting rejected along with, you know, the late Peter David and Mark Waid and a bunch of others. So I was getting rejected with a better class of people.
Well, you were in good company, my friend. That's for sure. That is for sure. So yeah, Shi Wei the Warrior #5 30th anniversary edition. They're going pretty fast, honey. Thank you guys. This is wonderful. They're on our website at BillyTucci.com right there. The special editions. We have the all these numbers, all these books are signed and numbered. So there's there's only 30 left of these. Oh no, it's 30 left. Oh, 60. Yeah, I'm like 30. That's fast.
I think people are buying the limited ones a little bit more.
Yeah. So there's
I love the way that foil's gonna look.
Oh, this is gonna be me too. I just think it's so cool. It's our aqua foil done by
I Am Photographics.
That's how you say it. I Am Photographics?
Well, it's not in Photographics.
I thought it was in Photographs. I Am Photographics. I like this idea, TJ, about doing something with a Soji screen. Rice paper with the image behind it or something.
I adore that idea. But rice paper, very fragile.
Very fragile.
So we have to, it would probably be very expensive, only because we would have to figure in replacement issues for all the ones that get damaged.
And probably special packaging.
Definitely special packaging, but we all know that no matter how special our packaging is, the illustrious post office has a way of bending things that I don't know how they bend them. I actually have a photo somewhere. Someone received a I don't think it was a metal edition, but it was an edition that had special packaging and was not just like a comic book. It was probably one of the crowdfunded, like thick 70 somewhat page or 60 somewhat page books that's in a bag, that's in bubble wrap, that's in our special mailers, right? They're not even Geminis. They're better and thicker and stronger than Geminis. And it was actually folded in half long ways and stuck in a mailbox.
Ugh.
Oh, geez.
I'm like, I don't know how they did that.
Well, it takes effort.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and it really does take effort. Jeff. It really does.
Just stick a little sticker on the mailbox saying come to the post office to pick up your package.
Yeah.
Then what it took for them to fold it perfectly in half lengthwise and stick it in a mailbox.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's some rocket scientists there.
Yes. Roy, where I have somebody attempting to work on the silk. I've been thinking about that for many, many years, actually. I feel like silk is the perfect medium for Billy's work. So as soon as we figure out how to do it and put it on a cover, it shall be.
It shall be. So anyway, so if you guys would like, there's how many of these? 16. Wow, these are going quick too. My goodness. Thank you guys.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
TJ, yes, it would be more of a risk than the silk, than the jeweled editions, because the jeweled editions very easily go into a top loader. When you have anything that's thin, because at least you have a standard cover on that. But putting a book inside of a top loader or whatever it might be that has a very fragile paper
it tends to bunch up the paper.
Exactly. So yeah. Yes, it is going to be hard to pull off, but we're working on it, Bobby.
I think that you guys are going to love the bamboo. You're going to love it. And
or else,
and maybe we could see. I'd like to work the price too. That it's well, we'll talk about that.
You'd be paid for in bamboo.
This is not the forum for that. Anyway, guys, we've been going for over an hour. Old Bean, good to see you, my friend.
Indeed.
Thank you for joining us. Brian Blevins joined us before. It's good to see Dr. Blevins. And you guys rock. So if you guys could please support this quick little campaign, our 30th anniversary of She Way the Warrior #5, my favorite issue of She. But look out, a lot of cool stuff coming this year. This is a milestone for a lot of 25th anniversary specials and 30th anniversary specials, one of which is Daredevil She. So we will be doing the 25th anniversary limited edition special Tucci Trooper edition. We're now doing these Tucci Trooper editions. They're not here on the website, but they'll have a little Tucci Trooper logo on it. And probably in place of the Crusade logo is where we'll put the Tucci Trooper logo. So thank you all.
You know, Billy.
No, I don't know.
Billy.
Yes.
No, I have the She Daredevil original cover for Overstreet's Fan that you gave me all those years ago.
You do. Maybe we can make that into a variant cover.
Yep.
There you go. That's one of our variant covers. Thank you, Old Bean.
I think that would be great. Are we going to, before we sign out, are we going to take a minute and look at Gatecrasher?
Oh yeah. What was I thinking?
I don't know. What were you?
I don't know. She Gatecrasher, guys. Share screen.
Kickstarter.
Yeah, I'll go to Kickstarter first. Let me open Kickstarter up. She Gatecrasher on Kickstarter, and we're going to be closing these soon because once we're done, right now we have
getting some of these items into work.
Yeah, so we're very excited, guys, that we have with She Gatecrasher. We now have, Jeff. Jeff, there is 41 pages or 42 pages at the colorist at Hi-Fi Color Design by Brian Miller.
I cannot wait for people to start seeing them.
They're flatting them
because I've been printing out the pages. I keep them in 3-ring binder. You can see I've got 3 hole punches in there. And I sort of have them interspersed with your roughs and the finished pages from the guys. And, as the finished pages come in, I replace the roughs with it. And it's so exciting to see this come together because thanks to Debbie and Steve, we really have achieved what we wanted to at the start, and thankfully them reining us in and hitting us over the head.
Yes, no, you guys definitely get story credit too. You guys came through with our. Well, that's what good editors are for, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we were having probably too much fun because this is like you talked about the stuff you wanted to do in Ran that's going to come out now that you've always wanted to do but wasn't appropriate for She.
Right.
There's a lot of things where our normal reaction of governing, like, hey, we can't do that because that would not happen in She. This time we're like, oh yeah, why not? And which is why we ended up with extra scenes that aren't in there and stuff like that. So
yeah, we it kind of got away from us a little bit. We were having so much fun. But they reeled us back in. It's still 52 pages of story and art.
While we're talking about Gatecrasher, most likely tomorrow, outset by Monday, but probably tomorrow. I still have a few of the ash cans for Gatecrasher that were on our last campaign available. So if anybody got missed them and would like to grab one, it's actually the same cover as the She and Ran back to back. But it's a great little ash can. I love the format we have for ash cans.
And what's really cool about it is while the spirit of it is very much the same, it's different than the finish. It's different. It's going to be different than the finished product. So it'll be an exciting making of kind of feature for the people who get it.
Absolutely.
So because there's a lot of changes.
So and we'll definitely throw an update on both campaigns about that, but just as an FYI, if that's something that you missed and you want to grab, take a look on Monday.
Perfect. All right. And thank you. TJ says something about how about a Crusade hardcover book of Tucci cheesecake cover and print art as an exclusive. So you mean a cover of my good girl art, I guess, if you will?
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea to do. We've never done anything like that. That could be a fun book. Got a lot of material.
So
we
just covers? Is that what we're saying?
Well, just images, like maybe some of my
covers and pinups and lithos, that kind of stuff like that.
Mind if I use other covers, like Vampire PA covers and things like that too?
You did a cover for Vampire PA?
It doesn't say She.
Yes,
so
it
would be all covers, really, all of that kind of work. So that might even include Zenoscope, no?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we
do the original black and white art or something, maybe, or maybe color. Doesn't matter.
I think. Listen. I think you can do a big selection of them. I would urge you, if you're not happy with the finished colors, to do the black and white. But if you're happy with the colors, I would think that kind of book should be color.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
So TJ and anybody who's still listening, should we do that as just individual covers, or should we do that as some of Billy's original art books recently, like the Senryaku and the anniversary edition of #1, where you see pencils and then colors?
And they'll have to see.
Well, I'm asking them what they think.
I also Art Haida here has a really good point that I've been making for quite some time.
We got Robert Fraga's in here. Hello, Robert.
Hello.
Where's Art? Where is
second to last right now on the chat? Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, we keep talking about that.
Because you got East Wind Rain, you got TCB, you got all sorts of stuff, man.
Yeah, a lot of fun stuff we had.
And all sorts of stuff that
one shots and crossovers would probably be a good book.
Yeah,
put together.
like that would be an omnibus, a big omnibus.
That's what
I think that Deb, that's a really cool idea.
And that could be our next one.
Everybody seems to like the side by side pencils and then colors.
Oh, so like okay, yeah, that's
like you did with Sariaka.
Yeah,
to do that with a covers and pinups book.
I think it'd be great. I just gotta hope we could sell it. That it sells. That's the thing.
If all these people are coming.
I
have very little doubt that could be a powerful
yeah. TJ, we would have to do this as a Indiegogo and a Kickstarter first, because that's very expensive.
Yeah, honestly, the upfront on that, and the terrain of the marketplace right now is changing so rapidly that I don't think anybody can afford to do anything resembling a distributor exclusive without a big financial commitment from that distributor.
Yeah.
Hardcovers, especially on their own. If you notice, whenever we do a hardcover on a campaign, it's not by itself unless it's an omnibus, right? Unless it's a very expensive book. And that is because of how expensive it is to do.
I'll give you an example. Even on a high circulation book like the Overstreet Comic Book Price Guide, during COVID, paper costs were going up 5% per month for 27 straight months.
Yeah.
My printer bill went up $100,000.
Yep.
Yeah. Just crazy.
So there's no way to approach this for most of us. Maybe if you're somebody that can make a deal with one of the big companies like Random House or Simon & Schuster or something like that,
right,
and they'll foot a bill. But without somebody doing that, we can't do this without a crowdfunding component.
Right.
Trying to figure out how to take that off. But our options are good. So this is
But listen,
problems to have.
The great thing about this is you've got an audience that wants this book, and I think that there's ways to do this to make it really attractive. Now, the thing we can do when we get to somebody having committing to a certain number that they're willing to buy, then you can do a custom dust jacket or something like that. There's all sorts of possibilities. But again, that's
technically to go back to TJ James and doing an exclusive for Filbo. If we knew Filbo was going to push it ahead of time, when a crowdfund went to print, we could add those numbers in and then make it a limited edition for Filbo.
Yeah, make it exclusive or something for them.
Yeah. But
all
just
sorts
an
of
outright
possibilities.
exclusive could not happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
All sorts of possibilities.
Yeah, it's going to be it's well, like Jeff just said, there's a lot of possibilities and a lot of unknowns at this point. But thanks to you guys, we are here, and we're very excited for the convention season that's starting up and getting you your exclusive editions for each and every one.
Billy, what conventions are you doing?
All right, Jeff, thank you for asking me that. I will be at the following conventions, everyone. Next month, we will be at Heroes Con, which is the June 20th and 21st, I think. I think it's June 20th and 21st and 22nd in Charlotte, North Carolina. The following week, we will be in New Jersey. I think it's near Morristown. It's not quite in Morristown anymore, but it's the Garden State Comic Fest. Really looking forward to that show. In July, we'll be at San Diego Comic-Con, of course.
Boo.
I know, Jeff. I know. The end of July, we will be at Terrificon in Connecticut. The last weekend in July, we will be.
That's incorrect.
It's in August. In August, we will be at Terrificon.
August 8th through 10th.
August 8th through 10th, we will be at Terrificon in
Connecticut.
at Mohegan Sun. That's in August. Then we will be in September. We will be going down to the South. Oh, what is it? It's a Comic-Con, UltraCon. UltraCon in West Palm Beach, Florida in mid-September. I think the 14th, 15th. I have not.
So there's a question mark next to that one.
All right. Well,
we're still waiting on confirmation, but we have agreed to do it under certain circumstances.
Yeah.
And we'll leave it at that.
Yep. And then after that, we will be at the Baltimore Comic-Con, of course. Always a favorite. Debbie and I will be at New York Comic-Con for probably 2 days this year.
That's the plan.
Yep. Another convention I love, Jeff.
But at New York Comic-Con, we will not have our own booth.
No,
we will be at the Hot Flips booth
yes.
as guests of their.
Yes.
Will that be a multiple day thing or just one day?
We're thinking
Probably
2 days, maybe.
2.
Yeah. Because, it's go out in the city, hang out, have a nice
Just
dinner
a
or something.
It's a lot back and forth.
Yeah.
I need to offline talk with both of you about Baltimore.
Okay.
Will do.
Yep. And then we will be going to the Big Apple Comic-Con in November, which is November 23rd at the New Yorker Hotel in Manhattan. That's always a fun little show. And that's it for the year. But we're going to be having, for those of you in the tri-state area, once these books come in, when Gatecrasher comes in, we're going to have a little fulfillment party. If you guys want to come down for a weekend, come on down for a Saturday, order some food, help us pack up some stretch goals or whatever.
It's very
Pick up
fulfilling.
your books. Be a lot of fun. Gonna have a lot of fun in our new, and you all get to see our new fulfillment center.
It's not new anymore. We've been there over a year.
Well, we haven't had any campaigns since, so
Okay.
now we will. We have a lot of campaigns. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for backing our books. Thank you for 30 wonderful years. Thank you for picking up this new book, the Shi 30th anniversary Tucci Trooper edition of number 5. Gene Chapman, what's up, Stender? What's happening, bro? Stip, what's up, Stip? Stippling Vaughn. Vaughn, you need to go to Baltimore. I've got Al Capone comics for you to sign.
Well, we'll see what we can work out here.
All right, let's see. Anyway, guys, you guys have a great day, a great evening, a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. We'll see you in the Funny Books. Thanks, everybody.
Everybody, thank you.
And I'll play a little outro. Where's a little outro?
Outro?
Yeah, I got to find an outro.
Is there a such thing as an outro?
Yeah.
Isn't it exit music?
No, it's an outro, honey. It's an intro and an outro.
Intro is short for introduction. What's outro short for?
Outroduction. Yeah, please, Deborah.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, where
as
is
an
it?
Outroduction.
Where is it? Does he not have it anymore?
Deb, it's not correct, but it is commonly used.
All right. See you guys later. Thank you.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on Pop XP. If you haven't already, make sure to click that subscribe button and also click the bell for notifications when we go live and we upload some awesome new content. Also, don't forget to head on over to Twitter and follow us at the Pop XP and over on Instagram at the Pop XP. Thanks again, everyone.